Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Kimberly from the Neuro Circus. And wow, it has been a while. I'm gonna pop those off, put them over here for the moment. Alright, so it has been a while, it's been crazy. This week has been something else, and I am going to tell you guys all about it. But first, I want to just get a little bit of housekeeping out of the way. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kimberly Cox. I am the voice behind this channel where we talk about life being like a three-ring circus. So, if you are excited to learn more, just keep watching. So, I want to talk, first of all, I know I talked to you guys about memberships. Those are going to be up next week. Memberships are going to be up next week. Spring Break Challenge is going to be up next week. I'm going to actually have probably a link to sign up in a video that's going to be going up tomorrow, probably. Yeah. So that's tomorrow. And then the Out of the Darkness walk, I talked to you guys about that on a previous video. If you guys are wanting to get involved with that, I will leave the link in the description for that. Okay, I have one more little impromptu kind of fun little bit. I have been talking with a friend of mine. Her name is Yvonne. She is amazing. And she is doing a gut health webinar called Healthy Tummies, Happy Kids. It's all about how to help your kids have better gut health. So I will leave that link in the description. I believe it's Tuesday. I think she said it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Maybe it's Wednesday. I don't know. But anyways, I'll leave the link there. So if you guys want to check that out, that would be amazing. Please let her know that I sent you. So I want to talk to you guys today a little bit about when life gets crazy. Okay? So not this past week, but the week before, I was in a lot of meetings with some different coaches trying to find a coach for myself. And within all of that, I ended up getting behind on pretty much everything else. So, the end of last week and all of this week, I've been playing catch up on everything. Yay! We all know how much fun that is. And in the process of doing so, I pretty much kind of lost it for a minute there. I was frustrated and aggravated and kind of just not in a good place. So, I wanted to just talk about that a little bit because I think we all go through those times when we're just not okay. And it's okay to not be okay. So, I'm going to give you kind of some, like a 5 little tips, 5 little ideas, I guess, just about when life gets crazy, okay? So, the first one is it's okay not to be okay. And I promise you, it is okay. Sometimes we go through life and we're going to have ups and downs, and that's going to happen. So we don't have to try to pretend. And I know as neurodivergents, a lot of times we mask and we try to cover things up and we try to act like we're doing fine and everything's good and, you know, all this and that and the other and whatever. It's okay to just be. It's okay to have low energy. It's okay to take time for yourself. It's okay to say, I need to put this project, even though it's really, really important, on the back burner for a minute. It's okay. That's all okay. So, that is the first point. The second point is your bad days are not going to last forever, okay? And that's why it's okay. Because eventually you're going to pick back up. Eventually, things are going to be okay again. You're going to have the energy to do stuff. You're going to be able to get that project done. You're going to be able to spend time with people or, you know, do all the things, okay? So when you're having a bad day, just cut yourself the bad day. Give yourself that grace and just say, okay, I'm listening to myself. I need to calm down. It's okay. I need to take a break. That's fine. Breathe. That's another really, really important one because I think a lot of times we just we get so frantic and going, and our adrenaline gets pumping, and there's a lot to do with the nervous system in all of this, and our nervous system goes into fight or flight very easily a lot of times. And so we go into this like flight fight kind of place, and sometimes we forget that it's okay to relax. It's okay to take a breath. It's okay to say this stuff can go to the back burner. My kids got behind on school because I was busy trying to get work stuff done, and I didn't really have a foundation for anything, and I was trying to do meetings with coaches while I had the time to do it, and I was like on that hamster wheel of just like it's never going to get better. And I had to, for a couple of days, take a deep breath and say, okay, business has to go to the side for a minute now. It'll be okay. It'll be there when I get back. I promise. It'll be there. It's all good. And I got done what I needed to get done. And then we get back on the business wheel. And that is part of this like 3-ring circus kind of thing. Because, you know, when you have these 3 rings going all the time, there's like clowns or things that aren't really spectacular but are still kind of fun to watch in some of the rings. But in the main ring that you're supposed to pay attention to is where the big stuff is happening. So while the stuff that's in the background is kind of taking care of itself, you work on what's the main thing. And you do that thing until you get that thing done. And then you can move on to the next thing. You can switch rings. You can do what you need to do. That's kind of how we play, how we keep everything in harmony. I heard a saying once, and I cannot for the life of me remember where I heard it. If somebody's heard it before and they want to drop in the comments where they've heard it, I would love that. But it was, it's okay to drop a ball when you're juggling. Just don't drop the same ball twice in a row. So, you know, if you need to drop this to take care of that, then do it. But then pick that up. And if you have to drop something else so you can take care of that, that's fine. That's how we keep things going, okay? So that's that. And then my last 2, hopefully I can remember these. Dream. Or actually, treat yourself is next. Treat yourself. Because sometimes we just get to where we need that little bit of dopamine. We need that little boost, that little bit of, you're doing a good job. Because it's okay to validate yourself. I think a lot of times we spend so much time trying to validate, you know, find other people to validate us for what we're doing. And the truth is, we can validate ourselves. That's okay. It's okay for us to be like, we're doing a good job. And I don't need anybody else to tell me I'm doing a good job. I know I'm doing a good enough job. And when we can get into that kind of a confident place where we go, okay, like there's going to be lots of people that aren't going to like what I'm doing, and that's fine. They don't have to. Okay, I think that's where a lot of us as neurodivergents, especially late diagnosed neurodivergents, we spent so much time trying to please people and trying to do the things that we were supposed to do because we didn't realize that it wasn't going to work for us. And so now, as adults who understand our differences with our brains, we have that ability to say, it's okay. I can do things the way that I need to do things. I can accommodate for myself. I can accommodate for my kids. I can make things happen in a way that works for us, and it's all okay. And people can be mad about it, and people can get frustrated, and people can talk crap about it. But you know what? I'm okay for myself because I know I'm doing what needs to happen to take care of myself and my family. So sometimes we need to treat ourselves. We need to give ourselves that little bit of, okay, here's your reward for doing good. And then my last point is to dream, okay? I know a lot of us have really big goals and really big dreams, and there's these things that are out there that are like, oh my gosh, I just wish I could do this thing. If I could just do this thing, it'd be amazing. So dream about it. Keep thinking about it. Keep playing with it. Keep trying to figure out how you can make it a reality. It might not happen tomorrow. It might not happen in a week. But the more you think about it, the more you kind of let it ponder in your head, and you kind of think about it when you're, doing the dishes and not thinking about anything else or whatever, and you just kind of daydream about it. Our brains are amazing at figuring things out. Our brains have these, a lot of us have superpowers when it comes to problem solving and figuring stuff out. And so let yourself dream. Let yourself kind of take that and see where it goes. So, those are my 5 things about when life gets crazy, because let's just face it, goodness, sometimes it is ridiculous. I'm like, it's spring break this coming up week for my kids. It's spring break. And then after spring break, we have 8 more weeks of school and we're on summer break. And I'm over here like, oh my goodness, like how fast this year is going already. So, anyway, I hope that this helps. I hope that this gives you a little bit of some little bit of motivation and a little bit of something to kind of hold on to when you're feeling frustrated, when you're upset, when things are going crazy. Because, I think it's great to have foundations and to set things up and to, I talk a lot about harmony on the channel and how to make things work together. But sometimes, no matter how hard you try to make something work together, it's just not going to always work together the way you want it to. Sometimes we're going to be disappointed. Sometimes things aren't going to work out the way we want them to. And a lot of times it's because something better that we couldn't even fathom is on its way. But that doesn't change the fact that we're lacking in the moment. It doesn't change the fact that we feel disappointed about the outcome of something. And it's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to feel those feelings. I think the more we feel our feelings and the more we work on just allowing ourselves to be in that space for a little bit, it's going to help us with all of the dysregulation that we oftentimes feel. So, I hope that this helped. If you got any benefit out of it, let me know in the comments below. I had like a really cool thing that was planned for today. And like I said, everything just kind of went sideways. And I feel like this is exactly what I'm supposed to talk to you guys about this week. And give you guys that video that you can fall back on when things go crazy. Because as we're setting up these foundations and we're working on doing all the steps that we need to kind of try to get everything working together and in harmony, like I said, sometimes it's not always going to be perfect. And sometimes we just need that thing to fall back on. So hopefully this is it. Again, I'm Kimberly Cox from the Neuro Circus. I am so grateful and thankful that you are here. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.